Hello and good evening to all of you once again. Today is my first day of live streaming my life. I thought I will start by introducing myself. I tried hard to describe myself, but I could not come with anything. So I thought of taking the help of the famous 36 questions that will make two people fall in love with each other. It was apparently developed by two psychologists in early 90s, Dr. Arthur Aron and Dr. Elaine Aron. This set of questionnaires have 36 questions divided into three sets: set 1, set 3, 2, and set 3, and each set has 12 questions, and as one moves on from set 1 to set 2, set 3, the level of difficulty in answering these questions also pushes the person answering this question into their vulnerable uh, push state of mind. So it can be very long, so I might do this in 2 to 3 sessions. Let's start with the questions in the first set. So the first question is, given the choice of anyone in the world, whom would you want as a dinner guest? I think if I get an opportunity, I would like to take Japanese author Haruki Murakami to the dinner. I have read many of his books. If you ask me, I won't be able to quote from his books. But what I like about his books is when I read his books, I feel like writing. I don't know how it works, but reading him triggered something in me, and I tried to write something, and it almost comes out natural. So I would like to speak to him and try to understand how he thinks, what are his mm, inspiration, although most of it is already in public, so it's not any secret. But maybe having a conversation with him will help me develop a new thought process. So that's my question, response to the question one. The second question is, would you like to be famous? In what way? I don't know if there is a yes or no to this uh, question. There is a part in me that says that I don't want to be famous, but at the same time, there is another part of me that says that I should be more. How do I put it? People should know about me because there have been times when I feel that I have been misunderstood or I did not get any chance to make myself feel understood. So, in that way, I would like to be famous so that more and more number of people would know me, understand me, and I crave for that kind of fame. Moving on to the third question. Before making a telephone call, do you ever rehearse what you are going to say? Why? It depends from person to person. If I am calling a friend, I just call him or her. And sometimes we speak for hours, even though we plan to speak for only 2 minutes. So, in that way, in that case, I don't rehearse. But if it's a professional call where the stakes are high, I do rehearse about what I am going to speak and I try to anticipate the responses and how will I reply to those anticipated responses. So I rehearse those questions. So going to the fourth question, what would constitute a perfect day for you? I think that every day is a perfect day and every day teaches you something and you cannot say that a day is perfect or not because of whether you are feeling good or bad I feel that every emotion is important. I'm saying this because there was a point of time when I went numb and I could not feel any emotion, neither happy nor sad nor anything. So after that phase, the importance of every emotion is dear to me. So uh, I would say that every day is a perfect day for me. You might also say that I'm trying to ignore this question right now, but as I interact with you, uh, you will definitely understand why I say this. The next question is, when did you last think to yourself, hmm, or to someone else? Although I am a terrible singer, I sing every day, and if I don't sing while working, I feel uneasy. So I sing every day, and sometimes people in my family get irritated because of this habit of mine. I don't remember singing to anyone else except uh, my niece, whom I try to teach stupid things. So I sing stupid songs to her and teach her those stupid songs. And I don't know the reason. She picks up those stupid things from me better than the so-called important things in life. Moving on to the next question. If you are able to live to the age of 90 and retain either the mind or body of a 20-year-old for the last 60 years of your life, which would you want? I don't think that I would like to live for 90 years because even if I am healthy, both mentally and physically, I don't want to lose my closed ones. By the age of 40 to 45, most of us have already seen loss of our dear ones because death of a parent, death of someone and close to you, friends. And there are many other losses, including heartbreak, some loss of friendships. I don't want to see that more. So, so I don't want to live forever. I would like to die peacefully. That's the only wish I can make rather than hmm, be bedridden for a long time, not just causing pain for me, but causing pain to others as well. So I can only say that I would like to die peacefully, like sudden death kind of thing. It would be easier for others to handle that trauma. So the next question is also similar to that. Do you have a secret hunch about how you will die? I wish I had that, but I don't have any hunch about how will I die. Moving on to the next question. Name three things you and your partner appear to have in common. I'm still single, so I cannot answer this question. So I'll move on to the next question. For what in your life do you feel most grateful? I have a great family. I have been loved more than I ever deserved. I feel privileged to get that kind of love. So I feel grateful to be born in this family who is such closely knit, and we don't have any uh, how do I say, any issues that might make us uncomfortable. And if we have disagreements, we sort it out by fighting, and next day we just forget it and move on with our life. If you could change anything about the way you were raised, what would it be? I don't think that I would want to change anything in the way I was raised. And I had the best parenting. Well, everyone say that, but There are certain things that make me feel very proud when I think about my parents now that they are no more. Like my father never trust his beliefs into us. He had certain beliefs. He believed in how a person should live, but he never trust his belief into us. So that was a great quality that most of us don't appreciate when people like that are among us. And it's only when they are gone that we feel that kind of void that they have left. And if if I speak about my mother, words are not enough to speak about. But one thing I would like to say about her is that she was a very forward-thinking woman and very smart. I remember one instance during our childhood. There was a who used to wear jeans, like, and in those days, girls were wearing jeans was not very common. So few of our neighbors were saying that she should not wear that, and my mom defended the girl, saying that when your daughters will start wearing it, you will not complain it, and forget that when your daughter-in-law start wearing, you will have no choice but to accept them with grace. So this is just a small example, and there are many instances where her thought process made us think and develop the worldview that shape how we look at other people, how it is important for us to respect other people, not because they are respectable, but how respecting others make us a respectable person. So that is about my mom, and moving to the next question. Take 4 minutes and tell your partner your life story in as much detail as possible. Well, I don't have a partner. Let me try to speak about my life in detail. I am the youngest of four siblings. That is, we are four brothers. All of us studied in Kendriya Vidyalaya schools, and because of that, the language of communication in our family is Hindi. As a child, I used to be very sick, and because of that, I received extra love and care from my family. But as I grew older, I felt that this love and care actually caused some kind of hurdles in my life in a way because I could not develop certain skills that I should have developed uh, if I would have not received that much love and care. But I should not complain about that. However, there was a time when I wanted to live alone and work uh, independently. I was allowed to work, and that really uh, changed my life in a way. As they say, life suddenly was very fast paced for me because I had to learn so many different things. And after 5 or 6 years, I came back, and after I quit my job, I decided to join the company that my brother had founded in 2015. So I joined him in around 2016 or 17. And since then, I have been working with him. Yes. And right now, I cannot think of anything about my life that I can say. Maybe answering the questions will act as a nudge, and you will probably know my life in more detail. So I will move on to the last question of first set. That is, if you could wake up tomorrow having gained any one quality or ability, what would it be? I have never thought about that, but I, I don't think I would be wishing for any one quality or ability. It is others to decide that I should be having that quality or ability. But perhaps I need to find a goal or purpose. I don't know what exactly it is because I don't believe in motivation, but I won't say as a goal or purpose will define this thing, but probably the best word would be a kind of uh, reason to live. Yeah, it was difficult to pronounce this word, but sometimes I feel that I don't know what is my reason to exist. I'm sure I can be useful to people in different ways, but what is that one reason to exist? I'm still trying to figure out. And once I figure out that reason, I'll probably be more energetic and have more, how do I put it? Everything will seem to be going good. Yeah. So I'm trying to find that reason to exist, and I will know when I find that a reason. Please pray that someday I find that. So the first set is finished. Let's move on to the next set. It was very quick. It ended. If a crystal ball could tell you the truth about yourself, your life, future, or anything else, what would you want to know? Probably I just carry forward from the last question. I would like to find the reason to exist. So moving on to the second question in set. Is there something that you have dreamed of doing for a long time? Why haven't you done it? I have always wanted to be a writer, but for various reasons I could not write. You may call it lack of confidence or some kind of vulnerability that I don't want to confront. Yeah, it can be one reason. When I was a child, my teacher asked us to write diary, and I don't know why. I have always feared that what will happen if somebody reads my diary. I don't want to let people know about my private life. There are some secrets that I have deeply treasured in my heart. It's like all my life I have built a wall around myself and hope that someday someone will come and break that wall and free me from that prison that I have built over the years. I know no one will come and do that, and I have to do that myself. And this online journal that I am trying to build is a step towards that only. I'm confronting that fear, and I hope I am able to let all my secrets into the world, and I don't die keeping those secrets buried in my heart. So the next question is, what is the greatest accomplishment of your life? I have never thought about that in my life. I don't think whatever I do, I, a sense of achievement does not motivate me to do something or complete a task. I believe that this has also created s- some people to believe that I am insensitive. I am taking my privileges for granted. And sometimes it irritates people around me. So I'm trying to find a way to keep myself going and keep doing my duty. And how do I put it? It's getting very difficult for me to articulate this, but I'm really trying hard to find something that triggers me into completing tasks, except deadlines. So, before moving on to the next question, I'd just like to say that I don't remember any accomplishment in my life. Not that I feel that I'm a failure, but right now I don't remember any accomplishment. The next question is, what do you value most in friendship? I think trust. Yeah, trust is something that is required in friendship, and it should not be broken. But I have been very lucky that my friends uh, have never broken any trust. Moving on to the next question, what is your most treasured memory? It keeps on changing. But some of the memories that I really treasure when I held my eldest niece in my hand for the first time. I was shaking. I was having goosebumps. And the first thought came to my mind is like, she's one of us and she's so delicate. And if you have seen babies, newborn babies, you know how small they are. And until you see them, you don't know how to react. And that was the first time I have seen babies that close. Like she was just about 3 months. And although I have seen the newborns before also, but I have never dared to even go near them. But that was the first time I was holding a newborn. in my hand, and that was very special. Although there are other memories also, but that was one moment that I really cannot forget. What is your most terrible memory? It was when my parents died. Like, although there was a difference of around 7 to 8 years um, between those deaths. But as they say, loss of a parent is something that you cannot full by or replace by something else. They are the only people who don't judge you. Next question is, if you knew that in 1 year you would die suddenly, would you change anything about the way you are now living life? I don't think that I would be able to change anything about the way I am living. But I just wish that no one knows prematurely about their death. It's a scary thing to even think about that. So I have seen that only in movies. But I don't know how it feels like in real life, but I don't wish anyone should know that they are going to die very soon. So, and if I come to know about it, I don't know how I will react. You know, saying something about it is not very wise. What does friendship mean to you? Every friend is different. You need one friend whom you can bully. You need another friend who you want that bullies you. You need one friend to listen to all your terrible things. You become a friend to someone and just absorb all the terrible things from that friend. So For me, friendship should is like a family that we choose, and each friend is different, and you choose them to be part of your family based on your needs. And this is what friendship means to me. What roles do love and affection plays in your life? I think it is very important to get and be able to show love and affection in our life. When you receive love and affection, you feel important. You feel that there is some, how would I put it? Love and affection is very diabolical, not diabolical, sorry, dialogical in the way it exists. And for any person to feel happy or sad or it is the way we receive love and affection. Right? How we react to different emotions depends upon the love and affection that we receive from people around us. So I will give you an example. There was a very difficult uh, point in my life, and I did not know how to express the struggle that I was going through to anyone. I could not tell it to my family. I could not tell it to my friends. I don't know. But suddenly I met a new friend at that time. And after, say, 1 or 2 years, I trusted that I should express what is going in my mind to that friend, and that friend heard me patiently, and it, while speaking, I was able to find the solutions. That friend just he heard me without being judgmental and did not provide any solution and allowed me to find my solutions. And it just expressing my thoughts, my fears, my struggles helped me to understand what is the problem underneath, and I found the solutions to that problem. So come from this as well. But sometimes you just need that care in your life. I don't know if I answered this question in the way you must have explained, but I'll move on to the next question. Alternate sharing something you consider a positive characteristic of your partner. Share a total of 5 items. Well, I don't know how would I answer this question because I don't have, I have a partner and I am not able to understand this question as well. So I will move on to the next question. I will leave this question for some later time. How close and warm is your family? Do you feel your childhood was happier than most other people's? Of course, I feel my childhood was way much happier than many other people. In fact, many of my childhood friends also had a happy childhood during that. And happiness is something very contagious. So, how close and warm is your family? I think I've already answered this question in a previous question, so I will not repeat it. And how do you feel about your relationship with your mother? It's been more than a year since last since she left us, but I still miss her. She used to say that I am her friend, and She used to share many things about her fears, about her, uh, how do I put it? There were certain things that she could not do in her life, like she could not complete her master's, or she wanted to do a job to feel empowered, but due to various reasons, she could not do that, and she shared those. It's not that she regretted anything about not of those, but it was the reasons she said that why she had to take the decision, and I feel that she allowed me to show her vulnerability in front of me. So I was very close to my mother in that way. And now that she is not with me, even I cannot share some of my vulnerabilities with anyone. I hope I find people to do. So the second set is also complete. Then I will move on to the set three. Make three true we statements each. For instance, we are both in this room feeling. Okay, this is for a couple, so I will skip that question. Complete this sentence. I wish I had someone with whom I could share. Yeah, I think I should be able to answer this question. I wish I had someone with whom I could be bored. I could feel what she's feeling, or and communicate without saying any word. So I think I wish that if yes, this is a perfect opportunity that I should not let it go. Yeah, if you are listening to this or watching this and you feel that you can be that someone, please reach out to me, uh, maybe by commenting. Okay, I will move on to next question. Now that the advertising part has been done, if you are going to become a close friend with your partner, please share what would be important for him or her to know. I don't think that a friend needs to know everything about your friend. I don't think it is healthy to share everything with your friend or partner. So if I become a close partner, friendship is something that just happens. There is no control about it. And if I like someone, I like someone. If I don't like, I don't like. Although I look at people in an objective way through their deeds and not their look at in totality as a person. But still, I pick my friends based on a basic set of likable factors. It would be difficult for me to define those likable factors, but mm, I will move on to the next question. Sorry, I just skipped the previous question. Yeah. Tell your partner what you like about them. Be very honest with them, saying things that you might not say to someone you have just met. I don't have partners, so I'm skipping this question. Share with your partner an embarrassing moment in your life. I don't remember any embarrassing at this present. So, and I don't think that it is wise to share this in this live session. So I will skip this question. When did you last cry in front of another person by yourself? And many times I cried in front of other people. Mm, but the last time I cried when my mother left us. And yeah, I'll just let you know the exact moment when I cried. So after her death, I did not get an opportunity to mourn properly because of various rites that I had to perform. And about a month later, my brother was saying something about her, and I suddenly burst into crying. We were in the car, and my I tried hard not to cry while my brother is driving because it might distract him. But I could not help myself, and he parked the car. And at that moment, we both cried together for some time. And then, after we felt like we just moved on from that moment. Moving on to the next question. Tell your partner something that you like about them already. I don't have any partner, so I am skipping this question. What, if anything, is too serious to be joked about? I don't think it's too serious to be joked. Nothing is too serious. In fact, joke is a joke, and joke should be uh, taken as a joke. And but it is important to understand the context of the joke. I have seen that many people fail to understand the context of the joke, and sometimes they get offended by those jokes. But I'm not someone who gets offended easily with those jokes. And okay, coming to the next question. It's funny that uh, this question has so many questions related to death, and it's not death. My responses are related to death. So the next question is: if you were to die this evening with no opportunity to communicate with anyone, what would you most regret? Not having told someone. Why haven't you told them yet? Yeah. I think that I want to write a will about what should be done after my death. It's not that I am a wealthy person and I have lots of money and uh, that I should write a will, but I think I should write a will, probably update it every year. And but for some reason I have not done this yet. Probably because I don't want to spend that uh, money into it. But I think I should try writing a unofficial will. So maybe I will do it first thing in the morning. Your house containing everything you own catches fire. After saving your loved ones and pets, you have time to safely make a final dash to save any one item. What would it be? Why? I don't know what kind of fetish the developers of this question now. It is about fire. I don't know. Probably I will try to mm, save some books that I own. Some of them are very rare books, so I would like to save those books. I would also like to save some of the dolls and toys that my niece owns. So these are some of the things that I want to save. But I still think that this is a stupid question. Of all the people in your family, who's that would you find most disturbing? Why? I'm telling this all that's uh, disturbing, and I don't want to select one person in particular, but anyone in my family. And I just want to say that my extended family is a very big family, like close to, I can count close to 200 to 250 people who are part of my family, and we speak regularly. So even that of anyone from my extended family as well would be very disturbing to me. So, or even one of my friends also would be very, very disturbing. Share a personal problem, ask a personal how he or she might also ask your partner to reflect to see how you seem to be feeling about the problem you have chosen. I will skip this question. Uh, I think the set three had more questions uh, that were either irrelevant or about partners. So I could not answer all the questions in set three, but I have answered all the questions in set one and set two. And I hope that you know something about me to begin with in my happiness project. And that's all for today. And Happy New Year. I hope this new year brings new kind of positivity to you. And I'll see you again in the new year. Thank you. Bye bye.